again. So I'm back, and I'm with my cat, of course. But obviously I can't sing right now because my voice, no, it's no good. But I thought I would tell you some of my paranormal experiences in a way. I don't know, there's not really any proof behind these things, but I promise you they did happen. I'm not like begging for views or anything like that. I'm not that desperate for views that I would make up things. I'm just gonna share some of the things that have happened to me and friends. All of these things happened basically in my old house, and I moved this year, so I lived at my old house for like 10 years-ish. It was a few years ago or something like that, and it was on a school night. I don't know why I remember this like so like clearly, but like it was on a school night, and I like just couldn't sleep, and it was like 12 in the morning, and my friend was also awake, so I was like, hey, let's video chat, and she's like, alright. So we were video chatting and talking and trying to go to sleep, and so like my lights were off, and I was kind of just like using my phone light as a light. I don't know how to like explain it. We stopped talking for like a second, I don't know why, but we like stopped talking, and there was like a second of silence, and like there was this growl. Literally, it's all I can describe it as. It's like this growl, and like it was like this deep like voice, like I don't even know, it was so scary. I had no animals in my room, so it's not like they could have made that sound. It was not like an animal sound, because the animals I have are tiny like dog and then cats, and none of those make those sounds. Like literally right by my ear, and I was like, wait, did I hear that? Did I really hear that? So I was kind of just like just still for a second, because I was like, what the hell? And my friend was like, was that you? And I was like, you heard that too? And she was like, yeah. I was like, So I like set down my phone, sat up, turned on my light, and I was like, what is this? There's literally no explanation for that. It was not myself making a weird noise. Like, I've considered that, but like I cannot talk that low. Like, it was literally just this like deep like growl. Like, it was so creepy and scary. And that was a few years before all these other things started to happen, so it was kind of really, really weird. But my one friend, a bunch of stuff happened with her, basically. Last time she stayed over, she like woke up in the middle of the night, and she felt something kind of like touching her hair. Just like this fuzzy ball of like black, like literally, I don't know how to describe it besides that, but that's what it looked like, she said. And that was like 2-3 years ago. Oh, I forget the other details that she explained. I'm sorry, I'm really crappy at telling stories. Still nothing really crazy has happened. Like, before the hair petting thing, I think the growl was like a year or two before that. So a year ago, I told my friend, I had like this closet. It was kind of a small closet. It just opened with the door, and then it has like a rail, and that was it. It was like literally like this big. So I told her in the back of my closet, there was like a little cubby space that someone had cut out, and then they put like a board over it with nails. And so I told her about it, and I told her that me and my friend before tried to look at it, but we were like too scared to look at it at all, so we really didn't get a look at inside of it. But I told her about it, and she's completely into ghosts and everything. She's been on my channel before, Kaylee, that's who I was talking about, and she was like, okay, let's look at it. So I was like, really? Like, you want to? Like, you sure you want to do that? And she was like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, okay, God, Jesus, let's do this. So that's what we did. She stayed over, and we went, and like we took out the nails of the board, and like we like looked inside first, just like scoping out, just seeing what there was. And so then we were like, okay, we gotta go in here, we gotta like take stuff out, we gotta see what's in there. And mind you that this was like just like you could fall through, like if you went onto like the wrong piece, you could fall through the ceiling. So there was just like this tiny piece of board that we ended eventually going up onto. Actually, we called over my friend, our other friend that lived a few houses away. Her name's Tiana. Called her over, and she was like, yeah, like this was their first time meeting too, so it was kind of like a bonding experience. So she came over, and she's like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. She went into the thing, and she was on this little tiny piece of like wood, grabbing stuff from inside of there. And it wasn't like everything was just like there. It like went far back kind of, because it was like on the ceiling, but it wasn't a part of like a room, so it just went far back. And then like our stairs like just had like this slant, like the stairs were here, above it was like the wall, and it slanted like that, and so like from the closet door, like the thing that we were going into to get the stuff, there was like more up there, but we could not get that, obviously. My mom thinks that the house like might have been built around it, not like around that exactly, but like the upstairs was an attic before, but she thinks that they might have turned it into like bedrooms. So that's that theory. The house was built in the 50s, I'm pretty sure. So just kind of old, not like super, but it is pretty old. And so she was getting the stuff out, and this is kind of where everything started to get weird. I'm so sorry, I got a call mid-video recording, so I had to take that. I'm trying to remember what we all found. I know we found like this box full of just like old letters that this woman had exchanged with her mother, the woman that lived there. And some of them are really weird, and some of them I couldn't really read because they were in like this like really old-fashioned type of cursive. And I remember one of the letters saying it was from her mother, and it was when her mom went to this hotel, like walls and floors were really thin so you could hear stuff. The woman below her was screaming, and everybody kind of like gathered around and was like, okay, like, is she okay, like, what's wrong, like, what's happening? And she was like on the ground just screaming. Sorry, I just cracked my knuckles. But she was like on the ground screaming, and then they were like calling like ambulance and stuff, and like just like trying to calm her down and everything. And like the lady just kind of like stood up and like walked out of the room, like without saying anything. Like literally she just like stopped, and then she walked out of the room. And that's what the letter said. And I was like, that is really creepy, that is really weird. Why would you, that is, I don't know, it's really just weird. We found pictures. We also found those strips of the photos, but it's on like strips, and they go down like that, and you can see them when you hold them up to the light and stuff, and they're used for that one thing. I forget what it's called. I'm really awful explaining things. We found a toddler's jacket, like literally like this child's jacket in the back of it, and we found a pillow, like a man's like old it was really big leather jacket. I might have a picture. I don't know if I have any like videos or pictures or anything at all. I'll put them in the video somehow. We found a picture that I have up on my wall actually because I liked it, so I'll include that into the video, like right here. I think that was it. There was more stuff, but we couldn't reach it. And then there were lights back there too, like lights you decorate with. We didn't take them out because we were like, why do we need those? No, we don't. And there was more stuff, just couldn't get it, and I'm really sad that we like didn't get it before I moved, because it would have been really cool to see what else was in there, because like I don't know, it's all just really interesting. I'm not sure if this has to do with like paranormal at all, but this is like kind of just weird things that have happened like at my house. It actually had the lady who lived at my house before I lived there, it had her like first and last name, so I kind of looked up her name with my old address, and I found her phone number, and so we were like, oh, like, should we call her? And we were like, okay, let's call her. She was definitely older now, and we had Tiana call her because Tiana, she's like has the balls to do anything, to be honest. And so she called her, and we were trying to be like really polite with her and really nice, and the lady was just like yelling, and we were like, oh god, okay, we're just gonna hang up. So we hung up, and we were like, okay, never mind, that was a bad idea. No. And where more things started to happen is when we opened up that and took the stuff out. I was like literally terrified of this stuff, so I like put it up in my backyard at one point. I don't have it anymore, any of the letters or pictures or the jackets or the pillow. I threw that all away. I don't know, I just didn't feel the need to keep it at the time, but now I'm really angry that I threw it away, because I wish I would have gone through those letters, just because the one letter was so creepy. I forgot to mention, when we first moved into the house, which was in like 2005, I think, my parents, they used to like blast music from the basement and like play drums like all the time, just because it was like something they would do to have fun. So I guess one night they heard like rattling above the vents, because there's like this giant like vent that went along like the ceiling of the basement, because it wasn't really like a nice basement, it was just like a basement, like it was nasty kind of. And so they heard like rattling on top of it, so they're like, what is that? So they like looked up there like with like a flashlight, and they found these really, really old children's shoes. I'll like show a video right here. It was these old children's shoes, like one was definitely younger than the other. They have a like string through the bottom of them, like they all used to have string through the bottom of them, but like I think two of them fell out or something. One's really like bent up now. Hi, okay, this is Jess from editing. And I forgot to mention that in the photos that we found in the boxes in the attic place, the pictures were of the family that lived in the house previously from me. And the picture was mom, dad, and 2 sons. So I'm going to guess that those shoes had belonged to the son, but I don't know. That's just a guess. Also found a like a cooking pot type of thing, and it was really like burnt and like just rusted inside of it. I don't have it anymore. I threw it away just because I was like, it's not really that cool. A different night, I think it was a few months after we went into like the room and everything. She was staying over and I was kind of falling asleep already just because I was like exhausted, and she was still awake on her phone, and she was like, Jess. I was like, what? She was like, I just saw something. Like, she did not know anything about the experience that happened before with my friend that stayed over, like about the like thing petting her hair, and she was like, Jess, I just saw something. And I was like, what are you talking about? So I kind of like sat up at this point because I was like, girl, you waking me up. She explained like this fuzzy like black like cloud figure type of thing, and it like went across the floor real quick, and I was like, girl, why are you doing this to me? So then I told her about the thing that happened with my friend and how like it petted her hair and everything, and how she saw the same exact thing. So it's kind of just really weird that they saw the same exact thing. I haven't seen it at all, God bless. We name our ghost basically, okay? So we named that ghost Forehead. I think it was from, so, I don't know, I'm not even gonna explain the meaning behind them, but we just named him Forehead. And then there was this other ghost at my house, and his name, I don't know his name actually. I don't know if we ever named him. He was just this creepy man, kind of. That's what we kind of like presumed him as. That's like the vibe we got off. These are real types of ghosts. If you look them up, you can find them. I forget what they're called. I think Forehead, the ghost. He's like a shadow person or something like that. The other ghost that I'm now explaining, got off topic again, but he was this type of ghost that doesn't really do anything. He just kind of watches you, and you get this really like strong and intense feeling of being watched all the time. And I did feel that at my house, just constantly. I would feel watched, and like somebody was just staring at me. And she said she did too, and she's like not one of those people to like mess with you, because like she likes ghosts and everything like that, and she's just not that type of person. We ended up actually using a Ouija board in my room. Smart idea, right? Since all these things were already happening, we were like, let's use a Ouija board, woo! And so we did, and I have the video still. I might add a little clip maybe here.
Point on my phone?
Does it not like the video?
Oh my god. I'm sorry, we'll turn it off if you'd like.
Can you say goodbye, please?
Yes, please.
Let's say goodbye. Just one more question.
No.
That's
He doesn't like my camera.
Yes. One more, please. Oh, wait, isn't it she?
I don't know.
Them.
We
said more questions.
I feel so uncomfortable right now.
Do you not like the camera?
I'm sorry.
Okay, goodbye.
I'm sorry.
Say it. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And then
Goodbye.
goodbye. Oh my god!
That's kind of just a little clip of what we were doing. If you want me to upload it, I might, but I don't know, the quality isn't too good, and it's not the type of videos that I would upload onto here. It's really just kind of a messy video, but we did record the video just to have like proof of something. None of us were moving the thing. I like promised, the planchette, I think that's what it's called. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, I probably did. None of us were moving it. Like, we all swore, like literally after the video, we were like, okay, who did it? Like, who did it? And everybody was like, no one did it. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just freaked out, okay? So none of us were moving it. It was really just so creepy because it was moving. It wasn't like we were just imagining it or something, because it did move. At first it was a bit slower, and by the ending of it, it was a lot faster and knew what it wanted to say and everything. And we believe it was a woman talking to us, because after that, like a week or so after that experience, I was home alone, It was like right after school, so it was daylight and everything. It wasn't like during the night, so it wasn't creepy. I was just up in my room and I was playing some music, and it's one of like, I was playing like common music that I listen to daily. Like, it wasn't anything that I would have like mistaken for something in the song, because I have like thought of these things. I've gone over them a million times in my head, just like trying to explain them somehow, but there really isn't no logical answer to them. And I heard someone shout my name, like literally, it was just like, Jess, and I was like it wasn't like that low, but it was like they shouted my name up from the stairs, because I lived on the second floor, and it sounded like somebody yelled my name from the bottom of the stairs. And usually when my mom gets home from work, she would do that, she would yell my name. So I thought it was her, and I texted her. I was like, hey, are you here? Just trying to like be like, okay, it was probably just my mom. And she was like, no. I was like, did like one of my sisters stop by or something? And she was like, I don't think so. And I texted them, and they were like, no. And I was like, so I like went downstairs and I looked around and I was like, hey, is anyone here? No one was there. I definitely did hear someone call my name. It's not one of those things where they'll be like, oh, like, you just imagined it. But like, no, I really did hear someone call my name. It's one of those things, like, you'll think you hear something, so you're kind of just like, eh. But like, when you know you hear something, it's like a totally different, like, I don't know, it's just crazy. Okay, sorry, my phone died. I keep getting interrupted. And so my friend was staying over. She's not a part of any of the other stories that I've talked about, but she was staying over. And I was talking to her about like ghost stuff, and I asked her if she got any weird vibes from like my room or like the other room. And she was like, yeah, actually I get a weird vibe from like the room across from yours. And I was like, Like, when people just confirm like what you like were suspicious of, it's like just it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, I kind of wish you didn't, but like at the same time, like, thank you for like saying that I'm not crazy, you know? I get a weird vibe from the room across from mine and from this corner, actually right here. Yeah, right here. Get a weird vibe from those areas, and I was like, how does that even, like, what? And because phone died again, but is the only way I can think of it is it's kind of stupid really, but there's a vent at the top of my wall that like you can see through. It connects to the other room, and like it just kind of in a way like makes sense, but at the same time like not really. And so since me and my friends, we name our ghost, we named it Lady in the Vent. My most recent and my last ghost experience was with the lady in the vent. I was just laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and the lights were off. I was just on my phone once again. My carpet, when you step on it, it like, I don't know if I can do it, like, I don't know if you can hear that. It makes like this crunching sound when you walk on it. So I heard somebody over here like walking around, and like the floor was like crunching. And my cat was laying with me, and he also looked over in this area. So I was like, okay. I sat up. I was like, okay, bye. No, please don't be anything creepy or terrifying. I don't want to die, please. And so I sat up against the wall next to my bed. If you've seen my other videos, you can kind of see like the layout of my bed. So I sat up against the wall, and so I just like, I turned on my phone like flash, and I just had it over there like so I could just see. I wasn't gonna turn on a light or anything, because I was like, maybe I'm just hearing things, hopefully I'm hearing things, I do not want to die. I heard like walking like really quickly, like from over in this corner towards me on the bed. I heard like, it wasn't like a run, but it wasn't like they were slowly walking. It was kind of like long steps in a way, you know, like spaced out walking in a kind of fastly towards me, like trying to like scare me. And so I like covered like my ear, because I could not see anything. Like there was like nothing over here. I just heard it. So I just covered my ear, and I like nothing happened. So I was like, okay. I turned on my light, and I was just like, bye. And nothing else happened that night. I'm thinking maybe it's those shoes that I was talking about earlier. I'm actually gonna test it soon. I am going to give them over to my friend Kaylee, because she said that she'll keep them for a little bit to see if anything creepy happens at her place. So we're gonna test that out, and I might update, I might not, I don't know. That's kind of all of the like creepy and paranormal-ish stuff that's happened to me and friends. I hope you liked it. Tell me what your opinion is, if you think those could have been explained, please try to explain them in a way. I don't know. If you think I should do something or maybe try to Ouija again, I definitely want to try it again. Or if I should upload the Ouija video that I was talking about before, let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week, I promise, okay? When I'm not dying and I don't look like death. Bye.